It's getting very interesting and complicated in the United States of America. It's remaining just hours to the US presidential election. It's an election dubbed too close to call. Some pollsters are giving it a time, some giving Trump a slight lead, while some are giving Harris a slight lead. So technically, it's an election that is too close to call. And looking on how some political pundits are analyzing the whole election, they are very shy from predicting who is most likely to win this election in order for them not to get it wrong. It's just too close. You can't predict who is going to win this election. However, in this video, I want us to understand who is most likely to win this election, basing my analysis on the results of the early voting. The United States of America has about 160 million registered voters. So far, about half of that have already cast their votes. So half of the registered voters have so far voted in the early voting. I want us to use that to predict who is most likely to win this election. And I'll explain four things. I'll explain who is ahead nationally from the results of the early votings. And then secondly, I'll also explain who is ahead in the 7 battleground states, because it's believed that in this election, the person who will win most battleground states will carry the day. And I'll also explain, having looked at the two issues, who now is most likely to win. After which I'll also explain what a college vote means, because you can't win a presidential election in America without garnering at least 270 electoral votes. I want us to have a look at all that, after which we'll see clearly who is most likely going to win this election. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. In an election where we have about 80 million out of a total registered voters of 160 million casting their votes, that can give us an insight as to the direction of that election. This is how nationally Americans have so far voted in the early voting. 76,183,090 mail-in and early in-person votes cast nationally. So far as I talk, over 76 million Americans have cast their votes. Total registered voters are 160. So almost a half have so far voted. And so far we are seeing registered Democrats 41%, registered Republicans 39%, other 20%. So more Democrats have voted than the Republicans. And in a close election such as this, the group that will come out more to vote can easily win this election. This election will be won on turnout. If more Democrats will come out nationally to vote, then Harris will win. If more Republicans will come out to vote, then Trump might win. But so far nationally, more Democrats have turned out to vote. That's what we are seeing from these figures. These are not actual votes, But these are the number of registered Democrats and the registered Republicans who have so far voted. Let's jump to the second issue on the battleground states. In this election, we have about 7 battleground states: Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, and North Carolina. I've already looked at the figures. Out of these 7 battleground states, from the early results, Trump is leading in 4 battleground states. Harris is leading in 3 battleground states. If you add the total number of electoral votes in these states, then Trump has 48 electoral college votes. Harris has 46 electoral college votes. Trump 48, Harris 46 electoral college votes. The person winning majority votes in any state works with all the college votes in that state. On that alone, we are seeing Trump winning Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina. Those 4 states accumulatively, they have 48 electoral college votes. Harris, from the results of the early voting, Harris wins in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, totaling to 46 electoral college votes. That brings us to the third issue. Who is now likely to win the presidential election? We've seen nationally more Democrats have voted than the Republicans. But in the battleground states, Trump has a slight lead. And we know in this election, it will also be won on the battleground states. That brings us now, who is likely to win this year's US presidential election? Look at that chart. You are seeing at the top there, 270 to win. If you look at the blue states, there is that strong blue, and then we have the sky blue. The strong blue, we have 191 solid Democrats. And then the sky blue, the fading blue, 34 likely Democrats. And then we have another one there, lean Democrats. Let's forget about that one. Let's add 191. Those are the blue states, plus the 34 that are likely to vote for Democrats. We get 225. Then let's go to the red states. If you look at the red states, if you add their college votes, then we have 148 solidly behind Republicans. And then we have 71 likely to vote Republicans. If you add 148 to 71, we get 219. So before the battleground state votes are added, Harris has 225 college votes. Trump has 219 college votes. Add 48 from the battlegrounds to the 219 Trump has. Trump will end up with the 267 electoral college votes. Add 225 to the 46 college votes Harris gets in the battleground states. Harris will end up with the 271 electoral college votes. These results are purely based on the results from the early voting. Yes, the results from the early votings, that's what is giving us these figures. So Harris has 271, Donald Trump has 267. And I repeat, basing my analysis on the results of the early voting. If that's the case, then Harris is most likely to win tomorrow's US presidential election with the 271 electoral college votes. That's what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen. And that brings us now again to the fourth issue. What's a college vote in the United States of America? In the United States of America, we have a total of 538 electoral college votes. Any candidate garnering at least 270 will win US presidential election. How are these electoral college votes distributed across the 50 states in the United States of America? America has got 50 states. Each state has 2 senators. If you multiply 2 by 50, we get 100. So already we have 100 electoral college votes. 2 times 50 states, that's 100 electoral college votes. And then we have the District of Columbia that has been allocated 3 electoral college votes. That brings it to 103 electoral college votes. And then besides that, we also have the representative positions. And these are normally distributed according to the population. In the 50 states of the United States of America, we have 435 representative positions. And this ones will form the House of Representatives, the lower house. If you add 435 plus 103, we get 538 electoral college votes. That's how these college votes are distributed across the country. The leading state in terms of electoral college votes is California. California has about 54 electoral college votes, followed by Texas that has about 38 electoral college votes. That's how a presidential election is being done in the United States of America. So that's what is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's meet after tomorrow to see whether these our predictions are right or whether we have missed it. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.